Hello, my squirrely minions! Lord Crackerspearl here, and this is ADHD Gamer for BOOR. With me today, I have the lovely Kitty, business as usual.
Hello, everybody.
And this will be our, I believe, third attempt to do this, having had some audio issues the last twice around. So, as they say, third time's the charm, so let's get stuck into it. There we
Like
go.
this.
Here we are. BOOR is BOOR was released just a few days ago on the Steam, and of course that was a mistake that would cost them their homes because artificial intelligences are rather odd beasts. You never quite know
They
how
are,
they're going to react.
they're evil.
Yes, now I regret the day we activated BOOR because that was probably a very poor day. Here we go. One 2D puzzle platforming game. You play with the as this little girl right here in the red hood. Ability to multiply yourself. Uh huh. So you say. The game is currently $3.99 on Steam and will be until the 21st. For a total price of $5 US. This is Act 1. We will actually get mostly through this in the time allotted. Alright, wake it up, little lady. We gotta go. Now, I will give this thing to you guys straight. I actually enjoyed this game for what it was. Um, it won't necessarily be for everybody, and if you like the odd puzzly game, then you will probably adore this. However, there are a few issues. I had not actually worked my way into the primary game mechanic by this time. I cannot get through there, of course. I jumped down here and and then I ran into the button that I needed to do that. So this is our primary game mechanic right here. She has the ability to make a copy of herself and it can wander around for a little while. And she's controlling that directly as opposed to her little body. I can't get up there, of course. I'm going to have to kill myself again. But this was not really adequately explained initially. Of course, if I'd stopped for a moment to RTFM, I might have actually gotten this one. Who knows? And frankly, she's just going to take a nosedive here. There are some additional mechanics that go with this. Uh, but that's as much of the core mechanics as you're actually going to get. It's it's a cute little thing, and really it's a matter of getting somebody on the button at the right time. There's also a limited amount of time that you can use. That little bubble around the around our little gray friend is actually an indicator how much time she has before she disappears and our young lady wakes up. See, can't get through there. Yes, puzzles are puzzles are puzzles are puzzles, and some of them are better than others.
Actually, it took us some time to realize that it was the ability of projecting herself.
And I can get, and unlike the previous screen, I could actually get up and wander around a little bit. I could actually use the various platforms to get up and around. And I did a dumb thing right here. What I should have, yeah, there's where I actually got it right. Almost. And, oh, we got it that time. That little red dot there is actually a time extension. It will increase the size of her sphere back to its full size. But the button's already been pressed at this point. That was just me testing the theory. Alright. But I don't know. For a $5 game, I'd say this is actually a pretty good investment. It's certainly not something that's going to hurt you on any significant level. There's there's a lot of this kind of thing running around. We actually wound up getting ourselves into a little bit of trouble here in just a moment. Kathunk. Bunk. Look, I have been bunked on the ground. Ah. So yeah, not a bad game. All of our art seems to work within itself, which is good. The controls aren't there to make you pay for things with pay for the party with your dearest blood, and there's enough precision in the platforming that you can actually make the platforms work and not have to guess. Because guessing is incredibly bad when you're doing something like this. Um, oh, didn't quite make it. There are also very few ways to completely fail a puzzle. Um, there we go. Now we've got her. Now we've got it all set up here. I mean, I'm not sure what. There's not a lot else to say here. Um, if this is the kind of game that works for you, then it's certainly worth the $5 asking price. Uh, if you're not a big fan of puzzly platforming games, then you're probably going to want to give this one a pass. That's a teleporter, by the way. Okay. And each room is its own little level, so
Yeah, it's an interesting little thing.
yep. Every bit of the geography seems to have some purpose, with the exception of those little monitors hanging around being silly. Um, be they platforms for you to get back onto things, or little news terminals like this. There's no real wasted space. And that in and of itself is a huge positive as far as I'm concerned. Um, a place for everything. It looks like what they did here is they went in with a plan, they developed along with a plan, and didn't go out of their way to make things worse for themselves than they had to be. Well, we can't really get up on those. I wish we could have, because I would have liked to have known what was over there on the left. And now the universe is going to hate on us. And welcome to stage 2. So, BOOR, is it worth it? I think it is. How about you, Kitty? We've got a little bit here.
Yeah, I I don't know. I wouldn't buy it for the reason that I fucking hate artificial intelligence.
Well, that's actually just a personal conviction. As a gaming thing, as a gaming antagonist, they actually work pretty well.
Oh yeah, as an antagonist, yes. As the platformer, yeah, I like the ability of projection. It adds a new, mm, how can I say, a new attraction to the platformer thingy.
Hmm. Well, it's certainly a mechanic. It's a kind of mechanic we don't see very often, and that in and of itself is is a really good place to start. Especially when your clone or your projection can get through things that you can't.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
So
tiny little game, and
actually, it
yeah,
wasn't even all that big to install, which is kind of nice. Oh,
yeah. As you said, the AI makes for a good antagonist.
yep. Okay, so I think that's gonna pretty much cover it for us today. At least for BOOR. Um, I'm gonna wish everybody at this point a nice day, if such can be had in your current situation, or at least as nice as possible. Um, Night, evening, early morning, 0, dark 30, whatever it happens to be in your part of the world when you watch this. Um, be safe, be sane.
Let's make games fun again. See ya.
Outstanding. See ya.